Okay, hello everybody. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining us today for this panel on how technology is reshaping asset management. I'm really happy I could be here. I came straight from the airport and luckily made it on time, and lucky to have these great experts here with me on stage. So I think first we can go around. I'd like to ask each of you to make a short self-introduction, also introduce your organization, and if you could, please speak a little bit about what work your organization is doing in the music asset management space. So, Nomoto-san, let's start with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Akira Nomoto. Face Inc., which is my current but just started my career from the music level to the digital side. And I work as a part of the home shipping for iTunes Store in Japan, and also the Spotify Japan, and then go to the market in Japan, so many companies, sorry. And then I'm joined the Face. The Face has the three music level, which is Nippon Columbia, KSL, Dream Music, and also the distribution services, and also the many digital services. So that's fine.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Golan Aharony. I am from Revelator, which is basically a SaaS platform for music supply chain distribution, and we're also a distribution company. And our focus is on advanced asset management and rights management. And the vision and the most, let's say, focus of the country is around integrating music into Web3. And this is where we are heading. I am basically an artist, and I did the whole course of an artist, an A&R, label manager, and then I came into several tech companies. I found myself in Revelator. There I am head of repertoire and partnerships. The repertoire refers to the catalog itself, the musical catalog. And partnerships is mostly about expanding our distribution to as much more territories as possible. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And finally, Tinko.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with great people. My name is Tinko. I'm with Kanjian, China, and Daflow International. And we are a technology company that is specialized in automated music licensing. Our mission is to enhance and develop further the global music industry infrastructure by connecting rights holders with digital service providers. And similarly to many other organizations, and at the same time uniquely positioned, we also manage, we provide different services for different sides of the music market. We have a product for the rights holders, we have a product for the digital service providers, and also we have our own product for digital asset management. And that's why we are here today to talk about digital asset management.
Cool, thank you so much. So before we get started with our discussion, I just wanted to tell the audience that we're going to divide this discussion into roughly 3 parts. So we're going to start off by talking about the current situation for digital rights management globally. I'd love to hear everyone's opinion on what's happening now, what new technologies they've seen, what's going on basically. The second part will be opportunities for improvement in this field. And then we're going to use a little bit of time left to discuss the future. So to get the conversation started, I kind of wanted to go around again and ask each of you, are there any kind of latest technological advancements that you've noticed that are transforming the way music assets, digital rights are managed? anything that you think is particularly exciting, interesting, noteworthy. Could we start with you, Tinko?
Yeah. Recently, we've been, for the last few years, we've been working within the Web3 space as well. And although we haven't really launched anything yet, I believe blockchain and without going into too much detail about blockchain, and I don't want to turn this into a conversation about blockchain, blockchain and smart contracts are definitely something that could facilitate automation within the music licensing and in general in the licensing space. In terms of the current situation, what I wanted to highlight is a specific situation in China. Of course, locally there's a lot of tools that are available, and companies like Revelator and others are positioned well to capture the demand for asset management, even if it's not necessarily being monetized, just storage and management. But in China, this doesn't exist. People are regularly using the equivalent of Google Drives and Baidu, Baidu, or iCloud, or similar, where they just dump their files onto cloud storage. But that's not really asset management. There's no metadata support there, and there's no functionality for search, and it's none of this. So, yeah.
Great. Golan, maybe it would be great if you could kind of talk a little bit about that as well, maybe expand on some of the points that Tinko mentioned in terms of Revelator, or anything else you see fit, really.
Yes, well, I think the situation now is a lot of distribution companies trying to give artists and labels a platform to manage all aspects of the assets. I mean, you have now, on most distribution companies, they offer all kinds of metadata filters and even marketing solutions and rights management. Some of them are adding, like distribution companies, adding publishing rights and labels. So there is progress on that. If we talk about asset management, it's much more convenient than it was before. I think specifically on the metadata side, I think today, I mean, when the whole artist distribution kind of started, there was, I think there was the first wave created a lot of bad metadata because artists are not really usual for this. So the distribution companies, they try to give as much as more solutions on that. And on the other side of, we talk about the future, and you mentioned Web3, but there are now really good asset management companies that some of them are going to speak here, I think, like IMX and Cyanide, who use AI to actually tag and sort catalog only by the music. Sometimes this data is much more accurate than what we, the humans, are interviewing.
Sure. Nomoto-san, also, I'd love to get your take on this, and maybe, if it's okay, you could talk about some of the current challenges in Japan as well, in terms of asset management.
I could say only challenging for the Japanese music industry
Yeah.
right now.
That's great. Please share.
More than the the advantage tech company. We also have the company name called the Surf Music, which is little close to the harmonic services. Based on AI, they manage the unreleased track and the songwriter and music publisher to have the B2B communication within the site, and the AI can help to boost the matching itself. Those type of things is getting started, but as I'm basic, we are distributing so many tracks. One of our label, Nippon Columbia, has more than 100 years history. So the recent 10 years metadata is okay. It's clean, mostly clean. There are so many things mess, mostly clean, but the 90 years history before streaming, that's super dirty. So that we need to find a way to how to clean up the old catalog, and that's the biggest challenge for now, I think.
And even maybe just like finding the metadata too, right, can be challenging sometimes depending on how far back you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So there will be the disconnect with the label copy. Everyone is familiar with the label copy. Label copy is the made by A&R, as a master metadata database for the user the music recording. But it is disconnected to the digital distribution, the metadata database. It is the another issue, but those the data needs to be one way. Needs to be united at the same time. So it's another challenge.
Tinko, I wanted to ask you, we kind of just talked very briefly about Japan specifically right now, but do you also face some of these challenges in China, or what kind of challenges both domestically and also globally have you seen in terms of asset management?
In China, as I mentioned, one of the biggest challenges is having a single shop, sort of one-stop solution for your digital assets. And I'd like to second Golan for big shout to the AI companies that have been actually doing a really good job before generative AI made a breakthrough a couple of years ago. Companies, and I'm going to mention them again because they're here, Harvix and Cyanide, both on Sunday, who have their company presentations at the IMX roadshow. The reason I'm mentioning this is because one of the biggest challenges, I think, it's both in China but it's also globally, is any company that does asset management, they look at the whole thing from the old school perspective, which is still working with the concept of metadata and being able to search through metadata. Whereas these AI companies that have been operating for a while now, and we're talking about proper machine learning that is not generative AI, is they were able to really, they are able to understand music at a different level than metadata offers. And that for me is like, this is where I think things will go in the future, but at the same time, that's one of the challenges that I see is it's the mindset. We are still developing products that are based on what was in the past. And if you look at an example like Blockbuster and Netflix, that's what I'm talking about. Someone comes in with a completely different mindset, maybe no prior history within the industry, and they just think outside the box, and they offer a solution. I think that's the challenge that I'm talking about, because we're still on the challenge topic. Challenge part is the mindset.